All right, everyone, we welcome you inside the Bourne High School Gymnasium for this afternoon's coverage of South Coast Conference Junior Varsity Volleyball on Bourne Community TV, channels 6, 8, and 9, and on our Bourne Community TV YouTube page. It's the Fairhaven Blue Devils taking on the Bourne Canalmen. Thank you for joining us. I'm Keegan Hamblin on commentary with Dan Vinciguerra running our camera. As you can tell by the theme inside the gymnasium, it's the annual Pink Out game. All three teams are sponsoring the Pink Out. They got a lot of shirts outside, a couple pink streamers, balloons. One of the big theme days of the Bourne volleyball program here. Fairhaven today in their road blue uniforms. It's Bourne in the home purples. The libero, Maggie Berry, will be on the serve. Bourne lines up on the left, Fairhaven lines up on the right. Again, junior varsity, we go best of 3 sets. And here's the serve by Berry. We'll head towards the back. The libero, St. Ange. And it'll be short on the attempt. It was Rory Bradshaw trying to get it over for the Blue Devils. Got to talk with Bourne head coach Kara Russell before the game. She said she wants to see her team have more control on their passes, and she wants to see her team swing aggressively, as that's going to be too far, and it will earn Fairhaven their first point of the afternoon. Bradshaw on the serve. Line drive will be short. Next up in the rotation is going to be Bella Flaherty. Big night also all around for the Bourne volleyball program. The varsity game coming up later. If varsity wins, they clinch their spot officially in the state tournament. JV side doing very well again this year for Bourne, as 2 Blue Devils are going up for it. Left on the side. Downing will drop that one down. Nice hit by Reese Downing, playing it towards the right middle side in the back. St. Ange back again on the serve. That's a good one towards the back. Didi off to the side of Flaherty, a nice soft touch. Didi's there again. Now it's LeBeau on the left side for Downing. Too far off to the right. Ellie Jones subbing in now for Bourne to replace Sadie Kennedy. Good looking serve by Jones, kept up in the air by Tomasia. And that's Downing. Can't get it over on that third hit. Had a very good freshman match before this one. Fairhaven took that one in 3 sets. Jones with a little more power on it this time. LeBeau in the middle. That was Neitlinger sending it over, and the dig attempt not going to work. Nice try on the side by Tomasia. Five to 2, Bourne over Fairhaven, set 1 of the JV match. This is Ellie Jones on a line drive, played off to the side, and Downing can't connect after Bradshaw set it up for her. Jones again lining up in the middle. And nice step, tap backwards, and a nice save by the libero, won't work. St. Ange giving it a nice run. So we have our super fans making our way to the left side of us with a 7-2 score. Played nicely, and the third attempt won't work. That was Neitlinger trying to get to it. That was Downing with the second touch. Leah Neitlinger playing up top on the left side. Her and Ella LeBeau are up top right now. The Blue Devils going with 4 in the back on the original serve. You've got Bradshaw all the way back as Jones serves it again. Over to LeBeau, the one tab, Maul with a nice dig. Back on over, and Brianna Donovan will let that one go out of play. A good run in by LeBeau, and sending it over will be Tomasia. Now a run backwards by Berry will get it over to Maul. That'll work nicely towards the back. Over towards the bleachers, LeBeau, and the one-hand hit, not going to work from Neitlinger. And a timeout's going to be called by the Fairhaven Blue Devils. Dan and I will take it to 10-2, Bourne early on in set 1. All right, we're back out of the timeout. Ellie Jones, who's on a nice run for Bourne, 8 in a row so far. Back to serve. There she is, lining up a little bit more on that left side, and 2 hits there, not going to work. St. Ange and Neitlinger getting on the ends. Some of the Canalmen student sections starting to arrive. Again, we anticipate a lot more coming in as our soccer teams are in action. We also got golf that's in a match as well. So Fairhaven ends the run of 9 in a row as Alexa Hodzowicz will check on in. And Ella LeBeau is on the serve. Lines up on the right. And LeBeau with pace towards the back to Jones. And nobody called that one. Flaherty gave it a chase. Dede was the closest one to it. Don't be too much power on that serve. But you got to love the aggressiveness from Ella LeBeau. Lots of power on both of the serves. So here comes Kira Miller. And Dede will be on the serve. It's Miller lining up top right next to Donovan. Maul is lined up on the right side up top. LeBeau sets it up for Neitlinger, and it's too far. (13-4), Bourne over Fairhaven in set 1. LeBeau will leave it on the left for Downing, and it's going to be short. Well, the setup chances have been there for Fairhaven. It's just that third hit attempt that's just not falling for them. Here's LeBeau back on the other side for Downing, and it's off the net. Dede, a little bit short, played it off the net. Neitlinger behind for Downing, and sending that one over is LeBeau. Flaherty, a nice chase for Brianna Donovan, met up high, and it drops. Leah Neitlinger getting the hands on that for the Blue Devils. Reese Downing lining up mid-right side. We'll play it in the middle. Barry setting it up for Maul. It gets over the net, and it's tapped out of play by Hodzowicz. 2 subs coming in for the Canalmen. You got Shea Riley and Caitlin Hill. And we'll come in for Marie Maul and Bella Flaherty. And that'll be an ace point as it goes off of Ellie Jones. Here's Downing again. Good power and a nice dig, but it's going to end up out of bounds. Good work by Ellie Jones. Here's Donovan on the left for Miller. And that one drops down. Nice kill by Kara Miller. And it'll be Shea Riley on the serve. Number 16 with her team up 16-8. Good running by LeBeau and looking for the kill and getting it off of a deflection is Rory Bradshaw. Leah Blake steps in for Fairhaven. And Leah Neitlinger will take this one. Neitlinger on the right side. Looked like the foot was on the line. Refs didn't see it. And it's going to be too far as Hill was trying to set it up for Barry. Ace point. There's a big gap right up top. We have a timeout called by Coach Kara Russell and the Bourne Canalmen. Her team's still up 16-11 though. We'll be right back. All right, out of the timeout, Fairhaven and Neitlinger back again on the serve. Their team trailing by 5. Neitlinger short again. Nice dig, but it's going to go out of play on the left. Ace point off of Berry. A little more power that time, but it is another ace off of Ellie Jones. Leah Neitlinger doing good work on her services. Sadie Kennedy back into the match, subbing out Ellie Jones. Good run by the Blue Devils. That'll end. As Neitlinger stepped over the line, it was a run of 5 points in a row. On to serve is Brianna Donovan. We'll reset her stance. And here it comes. On the other side, Downing. And play backwards. Downing will get it over after LeBeau played it back. And misreading it was Leah Blake. She was trying to go up high with it, ended up behind her. Going towards the back that time, St. Awning. And it's going to drop. And another timeout going to be taken by Fairhaven. As Bourne gets a few straight. That's 3 in a row for them. 19-13 is the score towards the end of set 1. All right, out of the timeout, here's Bree Donovan lining up on the mid-left side. Play it into the middle. Reverse hit ends up backwards. It was Downing playing it to LeBeau, who mishit it back. Closest one to it was Bradshaw. Donovan again towards the middle. LeBeau on the other side for Bradshaw. Good work here by Bourne, and Sadie Kennedy will get it on over. In the middle now for Blake. Donovan behind. And Donovan a third time. St. Ange giving it a chase, and that'll work. LeBeau getting in. Riley couldn't dig it out. And here comes the sub for the Blue Devils. Misha Tomasia in for Alexa Hodzowicz. Tomasia, nice serve, and it's an ace point. Off to the right side by everybody for Bourne. Boy, Fairhaven, they're making it look easy on these services. There it is, another ace point. This time in front of Cotton. And another timeout taken here, this time by Bourne. Both teams out of timeouts in set one. The score is 20-16. We'll be right back. Tomasia back on the serve for the Blue Devils out of the timeout. 20-16, Bourne over Fairhaven. Again, just some missed hits there. And Fairhaven's within 3. And here comes the sub for the Canalmen, Ellie Jones, and for Sadie Kennedy. Third time they've been subbing each other out. Tomasia towards that right side again. Jones tried to play it, and there's the touch by Caitlin Hill. Running over is LeBeau, and the libero St. Ange will get it over. Tap backwards by Riley, and a nice hit by Cotton, and it drops down. Karen Miller will be, Maggie Berry will be on the serve. Berry serves that one high, Downing up front. And on over is Bradshaw looking for the kill, but it's out of the back. Here's LeBeau, left side for Bradshaw again, and it's off the net. Would have been close even if she got it with enough height, as there was a good leap by Didi. (23-17). Berry again on the serve. Maggie Berry goes short that time. It's LeBeau looking for the assist to Bradshaw. And now set point set up for the Canalmen. Another short one. LeBeau back over. This is Riley going on the other side for Jones. It's going to be too far. So now Rory Bradshaw steps on. Fairhaven going to need at least 6 straight. Up high. And that drops. Kylie Cotton tried to get it after Maggie Berry put it high in the air originally. Line drive serve. Jones going to be short on the hit over. Deflection off of Ellie Jones and Shea Riley. That makes it 4 in a row for Fairhaven, and here comes the sub. Bree Donovan will come on in for Kylie Cotton. And just like that, Fairhaven's within 3. Up in the air. And it'll drop. Donovan was trying to get it to Hill. Nice comeback attempt coming here for Fairhaven. Bella Flaherty's going to sub in for Caitlin Hill. And she'll line up top on the right side. Dede and Jones, the other two up top. Here comes the serve by Bradshaw. It'll go over the net. LeBeau, two players running in for Fairhaven, and it's there for Bourne. Still short, and Bourne will earn the point, a double touch. So Bourne takes set one, 25-22. Dan and I will take 3 minutes, and both teams swap sides, get some rest, and we'll be back for set two momentarily.
Hey sports fan, you're watching BTV Sports. You can catch this and other Bourne High School home games on Bourne Community Television. Find this BTV Sports presentation and other games on BourneTV.com and also on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.
All right, welcome back everybody inside the Bourne High School Gymnasium as we're about to begin set number 2 in this afternoon's Junior Varsity Volleyball matchup. Bourne took set one, 25-22 over the Fairhaven Blue Devils. And a scramble here from Fairhaven, not going to work. Bourne will earn the first point. This is a very strong front line for the Blue Devils. As stepping in on the front for the first time this afternoon is Isabel Borges. That top left side wearing number 29. Ellie Jones on the serve. Jones, good height on it, towards the back to Bradshaw. Dede will play it behind, running in his Flaherty, and Dede will reverse it over. The libero St. Ange on the other side. Good dig out by Flaherty. Donovan for Maul, off to the left. It's Aubrey St. Ange on the serve. Nice line drive serve, not an ace point. And ball with the reverse is short. You can see on the Bourne side, typical in these JV games, the new libero stepping in, Sophia Burrito. Her and Berry switch up the libero uniforms throughout the junior varsity matches. St. Ange, nice height. Jones in the middle. Donovan looking for the kill off to the side. St. Ange will keep it in play. Nice kill there. As Dede getting to it. You see in the student section, it's members of the Bourne Canalmen football team making their way in. Right up front, you got quarterback James Moran Rose in the back, and a nice blue and red shirt, Malachi Coelho. Moran Rose starting QB. Hopefully going to have him around for a few years. Very young Malachi Coelho, a junior on the football side, also part of the basketball team that made the Final Four here last year and made the state championship 2 years ago. Very big game coming up Thursday against Case, which Dan and I will be covering. It'll be Ella LeBeau on the serve. Just working out some stuff at the table real quick. Here's LeBeau towards the back. Ace point as it's played off of the wall. Jones a nice dig. Donovan with the tap over. It was Hodgewich keeping it alive. Maul running in. Now back on the other side, Isabel Borges. Flaherty to Jones. Underhands it over. Back away, St. Ange in the middle for Neitlinger. Kept up by Brito. Marie Maul looking for it. Dug out nicely. Brito will send it over the net, and there's the tap by Neitlinger. Not going to work as Maul was there. Brito with the miss hit. Nice hard-fought rally, which Fairhaven takes. Ace point off of Jones. LeBeau doing good again on the serves. Fairhaven carrying a lot of momentum from the end of that first set. Although they lost, they strung together a very nice run. Going back to that last set, Fairhaven's taken 12 of the last 16 points. Shea Riley on the serve, lining up in the middle. Here's the serve by Riley, played in the middle, backing up LeBeau. And the reverse hit going to be short. Nice effort, though, by Leah Neitlinger. That's Donovan going towards the back. Bradshaw keeps it up. And a nice second hit by LeBeau. Going for the kill and getting it is Neitlinger off of Brito. Substitution for the Blue Devils. Reese Downing in for Isabel Borges. Good work by Borges early on in set 2. An unorthodox sequence as Caitlin Hill received it back from Shea Riley. Now tap backwards. Brito running in after Miller sent it behind. In the middle, that'll work. Leah Neitlinger, a nice kill off to her left. Here's Reese Downing. In the middle, ace point. Looked like Caitlin Hill cut it off from Ellie Jones. Here's Downing, line drive yet again. And not going to work. This time it was Jones trying to get it to Riley on the right side. And Fairhaven is up 10-4 in the second set. Similar spot, Riley running in. And it's not going to work. Substitution for Bourne. It's Maggie Berry coming in for Ellie Jones. Ace point. Short on the dig, it looks like was Maggie Berry. Right along that back line, and that's going to lead to a Kara Russell timeout. It's all Fairhaven in the early going of set 2 so far. 12-4 is the score. We'll be right back. All right, here we go after the timeout. Reese Downing again to serve for the Blue Devils. There's a serve, another ace point off of Maggie Berry. The aces piling up for Fairhaven. And Ellie Jones is going to have to sub in for Maggie Berry. Here's Riley behind. Hill will send it over. LeBeau back on the other side for Neitlinger, kept up by Riley. LeBeau back over. There's Riley for Bourne. Hill in the middle for Donovan. Play towards that back line for Downing. Setting it up for Neitlinger again. Met up high by Kieran Miller. Here's Bree Donovan. They're going to have a hold. Now they're all set. Carol Russell was just checking with something with the official on the scores table. Good dig out. That's Brito up top, and that's not going to work for Miller that time. Short on the serve is Leah Neitlinger. And Lexi Dede subs in for Brito. Kara Miller on the serve for Bourne. Miller with good power, was short. And Dede tried to let it go for Caitlin Hill, and it was short. Looked like Hill wanted the assist. It was a little bit too low, though. Tomasia subs in for Hodzowicz. Tomasia will be on the serve. 15-6 Fairhaven over Bourne in set 2. Again, Bourne took set 1. If Bourne comes back to take set 2, they are the winners of this JV match. Here comes the serve. Tomasia with a lot of power on it. Donovan getting it to the side. Played in the middle for Ellie Jones. Kept up by St. Onge. Left in the middle for Leah Blake. Kept alive by Donovan. Nice setup. There's Dede on the underhand. High in the air. Jones has to get it back in. Met up high at the net. Dede looking to go to the bag. Nice hustle. Again, that one was Downing. Now it's Riley for Brito with two hands off the top of the net. And it's a Fairhaven point, a double hit. Tomasia going to be short that time. Kara Miller back in for Sophia Brito. And Hill will take it, but first another substitution as Sadie Kennedy re-enters the match. Kara Miller subs out. She's going to have to step into the hallway. One of the other assistant coaches following her. Now we have a discussion going on in front about that latest substitution. This is ridiculous. Now Brito is back out and Kennedy's back in. This is right where were we at? 2 minutes ago. As the serve is out. And now Flaherty's in for Caitlin Hill, and subbing in for Fairhaven is Isabel Borges, replacing Reese Downing. This is the one part of volleyball, Dan, that I don't get. The substitute. I know there's a limit on how many you can do. I believe it's 15 per set from each side. Then there's an order that the coaches give to the scores table before the game. It's where everybody's supposed to be marked on the court and the order which the players are going to be serving. It's a different one for every set. So it's not like it carries over throughout the match. And while we have this pause, Dan and I are going to be back for the varsity game coming up right after this. Same two schools, Fairhaven versus Bourne, another SEC clash. Fairhaven coming in ranked number 19 in the MIAA Division III standings. Bourne number 1 in Division 4. Great top 20 battle, good SEC battle. Bourne at 9-1, Fairhaven at 8-4. I don't know if it will echo the intensity of last week's match against Old Rochester, but it'll sure be a good one nonetheless as Dede goes to the back and it's too far, and Fairhaven's up 19-7. That one is too far on a Bourne point. Ellie Jones, long run up. She drifts towards the middle. This is going to be a tight run to the ball, and it won't work as Leah Blake was trying to give it a chase right at that Bourne Canalmen logo at midcourt. Jones, another one in the middle. Blake tried to let it go for LeBeau. It will go down as an ace play as it only took one touch. Jones again towards the back. LeBeau looking to set it up on the side, and Blake puts it out to the left. Fairhaven JV coach just telling her players to just slow it down. Don't want to get too worked up over a few mishits. As here comes the varsity team onto the court. Now drop an ace point in front of St. Ange and Borges. And here comes a timeout call by Fairhaven. Nice string of points for Bourne. They're back within 7. Dan and I will be right back. All right, here we go. Ellie Jones back on the serve for the Canalmen. 19-12, Fairhaven is the score in set 2. And here it comes towards the back. A nice setup coming here. That's LeBeau on the second hit over. Flaherty to Riley in the middle for Lexi Dede. Back up in the air by the libero St. Ange. Back behind Isabel Borges on the side. That one drops. It's Aubrey St. Ange on the serve. The libero for Fairhaven trying to pull her team closer to forcing a third set. That's a nice serve. Brito keeps it alive. Played back by Donovan. And I think Ellie Jones is supposed to take that one. Flaherty was trying to let her do it. Always tough when it goes back behind into the back middle area, because then everybody's trying to figure out who wants to take it. St. Ange with some power. It'll be Didi for Bourne. Now Burrito will get it over with two hands. Played into the middle. That's Neitlinger back up. And it's heading into the bleachers. St. Ange this time towards the back. She runs in to get it again. Now Borges with it. Yeah, that one will drop for a kill. And Kylie Cotton's going to sub in for Bourne. Looked like it was going to be Bree Donovan. Now it's going to be for Ellie Jones on that back line. So Cotton and Burrito will line up in the back. A 2-2-2 formation right now. St. Ange again on the serve. Another ace point off of Cotton. Set point for Fairhaven. St. Ange, a good serve. Burrito keeps it up. Flaherty in the middle for Bree Donovan. That'll make it over. St. Ange back. Now Didi plays it behind. Donovan will tap it out of play on her left side, and we are going to go to a third and final set in the junior varsity match. Dan and I will take 3 minutes again, and we'll be back momentarily to finish this one up.
Hey sports fan, you're watching BTV Sports. You can catch this and other Bourne High School home games on Bourne Community Television. Find this BTV Sports presentation and other games on BourneTV.com and also on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.
All right, here we go, folks. A third and final set to decide this junior varsity match. We go to 15, win by 2. Here comes the serve. It's Fairhaven taking it first, and it drops for an ace point, as it was Rory Bradshaw taking it. Bradshaw again with pace, played behind. There's another ace off of Marie Mall. This is why Fairhaven wanted that serve first. And showing it all match long. Again with power, and it drops in the back line over Mall to the left of Donovan. Shay Riley subs in to replace Marie Mall. This is Lexi Didi with it in the middle for Ellie Jones. Dug out, but it's coming out of play. No, nice snag right in front. And a misstep by Flaherty on her service attempt will bring it back over to the left. Aubrey St. Ange running the mid part of the court all day long. I'm going to get a run going here on the serves. Not going to work as it's too far. Ellie Jones, the good step up into the middle. Bradshaw keeps it alive. LeBeau in the middle, deflected. Now Riley, and it's too far in front of Bree Donovan. Substitution for the Blue Devils, Alexa Hodzowicz in for Misha Tomasia. Ace point. Very short on the dig. And Sophia Hallinan over there, she's about to break some of the bleachers. She's cheering a lot over there. That one works. I don't know how in the world that one got over. It might have taken a touch off of Alexa Hodzowicz. Played in front of the table, and that doesn't go over the net by St. Ange. High service. LeBeau in the middle. Neitlinger going towards the back. Jones and Donovan couldn't get it off of the net. Substitution for the Blue Devils. It's Reese Downing in for Isabel Borges, and Downing will be on the serve. Downing with pace but short. Caitlin Hill subbing in for Bella Flaherty. Here's Shea Riley. Riley high towards the back, kept up. And a run in, this one has to go over, and it won't. Riley again towards the back. Still in the air, and Bradshaw didn't want to get after the first touch. Timeout. Fairhaven, as Bourne has come back to tie the final set at 7. We'll keep it here during the timeout, as a lot of the fans who are going to be staying here for the varsity game are starting to make their way into the building. Again, should be a fantastic varsity match coming up in about 25 to 30 minutes. And the pink out theme again on tonight. That's for all 3 of the games. The freshman side, which Fairhaven took. There's JV side, in which both teams battling it out to take it in 3 sets. There's Shea Riley towards the back again. Ace point off of St. Ange. Riley, ace point in front of Reese Downing. Nine to 7 Bourne. Towards the back, St. Ange keeps it up. LeBeau in the middle for Neitlinger, deflected. Barry's got it. Now behind, and Donovan will get that one over, but out of play. Fairhaven point. Here's Neitlinger. She stepped over the line. Canalmen point. Donovan on the serve. Bradshaw keeps it up. LeBeau on the other side for Bradshaw. Too far. Tap backwards. St. Ange in the middle for Blake. Kept up by Donovan. Running in is Riley. 2 hands up in the air. Backwards by Hodzowicz. Blake again a second time dug out by Donovan. There's Kennedy playing it behind. Hodzowicz back over. That was LeBeau who got it over. Kennedy and now Blake. Another good fight here. This one's got to go over. Still in the air. Fairhaven gets it. Substitution for the Blue Devils. Tomasia in for Hodzowicz. Good serve towards the back. Ace point. Heads up Malachi Coelho. Not even paying attention to the ball. On his phone over there. Timeout, Bourne Canalmen. In a 1-point game in the final set. We'll be back. All right, here we go. Fairhaven to serve on the left side. It's Tomasia for the Blue Devils. Tomasia out of play. Berry to take it. Serve played into the middle. This is LeBeau. Back behind for Bradshaw. Dug out nicely, but out of play off to the right. Here comes Isabel Borges. Reese Downing will go to the bench. Who wants it? It was Caitlin Hill to Dee. There it is. Caitlin Hill will be on the serve, but first a substitution. Marie Mall in for Shea Riley. Mall will go up top. Hill lines up in the middle. Played into the middle. Backing up is LeBeau into the mix for Blake. It's short. And a timeout called by Fairhaven. And need a comeback. Bourne's 1 point away from taking this one. Again, we'll keep it here during the timeout. Varsity players trying to hype up everybody. Some of them are lined up in the tunnel getting ready for their game, and another group of them and the freshman players are all lined up on the bleachers on the left side of Dan and I. That serve will be short off to the right. Bella Flaherty back into the match for Caitlin Hill. St. Ange to take it for Fairhaven. St. Ange with pace towards the back. Good run by Berry to keep it alive, but it drops down. Always tough when it heads towards that basketball hoop and towards the back wall. Aubrey St. Ange again. Dee will send it over. Tomasia runs in. St. Ange behind. Now it's Berry for Flaherty. Who wants it? It was Mahler. Dee, but it goes over and Bourne takes the match. What a way for the JV match to end. It looked like both Maul and Dee both got a touch on it. The teams will shake hands as Bourne takes it 2-1. Another fantastic JV match. So Dan and I are going to take a break. We'll be back for the varsity match. If you're only watching this video, though, we thank you for tuning into our coverage on Bourne Community TV. For Dan Vansagara and our whole Bourne Community TV crew, I'm Keegan Hamlet signing off, and we'll be back momentarily.